Good morning, family. We're back for day 2, CTA, call to action. And we're gonna have our morning brought in by our Madam Mayor who put this together. Thank you.
I said it's kind of interesting because y'all make it to City Hall at 7:30, real easy. So I don't know what spending the night in the hotel does, kind of slows folks down. But anyway, let me just say thank you all for gathering. It's been really great watching you all work together. I hope that this is productive for you all. You know, one of the things that we talked about earlier was making sure that everybody understands that we're working together. I really get some good advice sometimes, just not from you all when you're sitting around that table, but sometimes I have late night conversations with individuals who are in this room, right? And some really good advice. I just wanted to acknowledge that this weekend we did about, 4 or 5 hour walk in the neighborhood, talking, and we called it our listening tour, part of our call to, times two, walking and talking with people in the neighborhoods, asking them what their needs are, how they saw their communities. And it was interesting because I think different people would have different opinions of neighborhoods, but you would be surprised what the neighbors have to say. We were on Madison Avenue, I think it was 2500 block. A lot of camaraderie. People felt really good about their neighborhood. There was a lot of controversy around the corner on Madison Avenue, and we had some conversations around that. I think Safe Streets is doing some work over there, trying to disrupt some of the activity. Thank you for continuing to do that work. And more importantly, this is an opportunity for us to work together, but also to learn from others. And we have about 30 groups and organizations that come around the table, groups that you don't ordinarily see, including some of the folks in this room. Nation of Islam is included in that group, a number of other groups who are out on the streets in the communities. And what they want folks to know is Umar Boxing, a number of others who are out there. And if you don't hear from the neighborhoods and you don't hear from the people who are engaged in the work, then you don't know who they are. And what we're trying to do is build capacity among folks who are in the neighborhoods, in the communities, who are doing really good work. Don't ask for anything. Some of them are part of organizations, but also have tapped other folks. An example was Mr. Clayton talking yesterday about his efforts to just clean up the neighborhood in his part of the city, and decided to share his grant with someone else who wanted to be engaged in that work. And so we want them to know how to build capacity, how to grow their organization, so that when we start looking for folks who are down on the ground doing the work, that we look to some of these groups and organizations that are down on the ground doing the work. And I've also informed them of our $12 million youth fund and asked that some of them prepare to participate in that as well. I've gotten $250,000 for the next 2 years just to help build capacity among these organizations, thanks to the Weinberg Foundation. So again, thank you. I don't know if you all heard the announcement yesterday. We got another $5 million thanks to Bloomberg for the technology needs of the police department. And then thank you to T. Rowe Price and others, and you'll hear about that later. We've got another $6.5 million that are raised with the business community to work on a program called ROCA, focusing in on 17 and 24-year-olds who need jobs, who are out there, and who need assistance. And so we're looking forward to the implementation of that. But we're also expanding Safe Streets, which is really important to me. We had a $2.4 million budget. I think we're trying to raise that 6 more sites, which would be an additional $3 million, and then another $1 million to help build capacity among the groups and organizations that are already in place. So again, thank you all for being here, those of you who will share, but more importantly, thank you all for continuing to work together. And so I'm going on to my next event. I know that this will be a great outcome and look forward to the work. Thank you. And make those folks get up. What's up with this?
The mean curtain game at the
Is that what happened?
Well, team, Abdul Salam from Keys Development, for some of you that may not know me. Yesterday, I asked us to be 3 things, and today I'm gonna focus in on one of them, and that's being a finisher. As a young person, there were 2 athletes that I idolized, and 2 attributes that separated them from their competition. One being the physical. See, to be physically great, you have to go through something. It's the physical that showed clear difference in the fourth quarter between a Michael Jordan and his competition. It was the preparation that prepared him. While others faded, Michael performed at a high level. It was his legs and endurance. And the same for Muhammad Ali. We might remember the famous rope-a-dope that showed his physical endurance. But physical and a team aspect can often get left at being labeled scrappy. They scrappy. And that's what Baltimore is now. It's known to be scrappy. It has individuals that'll give great effort, but it's the second attribute that creates finishers. It's the mental that will help the team close the game. It's the mental that will assure wins. It's the mental that demands respect. All great teams are labeled finishers. Let's be great, team.